I'm shocked.
Would you cash
that
out
they
to
have
Disney?
not offered you
Well,
the craziest check in history?
Yeah, you know, $1 billion.
What? Did I hear that right? He was offered $1 billion for his YouTube channel?
You got offered a B, bro, because it's so much money you make.
Just tons. I don't know what to do with it. But no, I had this idea when I was like 18. I was like, when I made a couple $1,000s a month, I was like, well, what if I just give it away and just try to make a little bit more than a couple thousand? A couple grand turned into 10, turned into 100, turned into $1 million.
All the time people say,
when should I start investing? When should I start giving? When should I start saving?
when you're broke, stories like this, guys like this, making $2,000 a month, now $2 million a month, they're giving you the game. The question for you is, are you actually willing to do something about it? What's cracking, everybody? Money Smart Guy, Matt Sapali here, hailing to you from Dallas, Texas. And in this reaction episode, we've got MrBeast. Now, I'll tell you this. I was just talking to my team here. I've never watched a MrBeast episode. I've only heard of his reputation. That's correct. I've never watched a MrBeast episode. I also understand that he's got 105 million people following him on YouTube. His main channel, he's got many other channels too as well. And this guy was offered some money, some ungodly, I think we're going to discover it here in this reaction video. And we're going to talk about the innovation today, not only of social media, but the young generation. A lot of people here looking at social media as a way to be YouTubers and influencers and celebrity today is just reserved for Hollywood. Common Joes can be celebrities. Celebrities is more expansive today than just people who are in the movies or on TV or on radio. Today, it's social media influencers creating celebrity. So let's take a look at what MrBeast here has to say on the Flagrant podcast here, hosted by Andrew Schultz. So let's see what MrBeast here has to say on the Flagrant podcast. Let's check this out.
You have the most brilliant way of saying that you make lots of money.
I agree. But how? Wait, how do I do it?
He's like, go on.
Yes. No, you say, I make all this money, and then you're like, but I spend it all.
Yeah.
But you still get to say that you make it.
Yeah.
So no
Agreed.
one can really fuck with you when it comes to making the money.
Well, I don't spend the money for that reason, but I guess that is true. Yeah. It does make it easier when people are like, do you make a couple million a month? I can be like, yeah, because I just spend it all. So it does make it easier.
Exactly, 'cause you're
Whereas
not
if I
bragging.
did it, if I was like, oh yeah, I just make a couple million, and that was the end, then I just seem like a douchebag.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I do agree.
It's pretty interesting. You know, one of the things that a lot of people often think about is, what's the point of making a lot of money? Well, that's why it's called currency. Currency is just like an electrical current or like an ocean current or a river or a stream. Money has to flow. It just can't be stuck, stagnant, not going anywhere. So I haven't heard exactly the money that he's making, but if he says he's making $2 million a month, but he's constantly reinvesting that back into his business because he's creating new episodes and investing in new content to make his channel that much more known. Well, hey, the funny thing is here is how many jobs is he creating? How many people is he blessing because of his dream, his vision, his goal? Guy looks like young 20s, young dude. I don't know exactly how old he is, but salute to him already for not only just cracking the 7-figure squad, but he's well on his way making a couple 7 figures a month just through his one YouTube channel.
But I never really thought about it that way.
I did.
Thank you.
You're like Adam Sandler in that way. Where you're like a multi-millionaire, but you're like one of the guys still.
Oh,
You
I
know what I'm
like it.
saying? Like
Okay.
usually like really rich people, we want to eat them.
By the way, when you were growing up, how did you think rich people were? Were they jerks? Were they arrogant? Were they drug dealers? Were they athletes? How did you think that millionaires were supposed to be when you were around them? And at the same time, too, as well, did you think you ever get to $1 million? Because today, just consider this stat. According to Credit Suisse's annual report, that over 5.2 million people became millionaires in 2021. So becoming a millionaire today is not a big deal. Matter of fact, for those of you that want to put your kids in private schools, when you want to live in the wealthiest neighborhoods and go travel and eat the best foods and have access and financial freedom, well, guess what? If you add all that up, chances are you're asking for $1 million income. So you got two options. It's either you grow your vision, you grow your capacity and increase your bandwidth, or you shrink your dreams. You settle and you just say, quote unquote, content. The choice is yours.
Okay, so you make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Who cares, right?
Yeah, sure. I make money.
Because it's so much money you make.
Just tons. I don't know what to do with it.
You don't even know what to do with it.
Agreed.
I know exactly what to do. By the way, if you don't have a plan for what to do with it, it's going to flow out. That's when the IRS takes more money than they need to. That's when people start ripping you off. If you have a plan to make money, you better have something, a plan to know what to do with it when it gets there. And God bless this guy for his opportunity, and God bless this guy for having a massive YouTube following, but you got to have a plan for money. Otherwise, money just goes away, and then you're going to regret not having a plan for that money because it's then unaccounted for.
So it's just so much fucking money, okay? And then you're giving it away constantly.
Yep.
Right? And then more's coming in.
Yep.
And giving it away.
It's basically what I did. Like, I just had this theory,
Bernie
like
Madoff. What?
well, hopefully the Ponzi scheme never implodes.
Got you.
Like,
okay.
you know, Ponzi schemes are great up until they just go bust.
Yeah.
So, but no, I had this idea when I was like 18. I was like, when I made a couple $1,000s a month, I was like, well, what if I just give it away and just try to make a little bit more than a couple thousand? And then I just was like, oh, that worked. And then I did it again. Yeah. And I've done it every month ever since. And I'm just like, oh, well. And it just works. And like a couple grand turned into 10, turned into 100, turned into $1 million.
So is that how he gets everybody to watch his? Gotcha. So, hey, listen, you know, what you do with the least will then be magnified with what you do with the most. So if this guy started doing it when he was smaller, 2,000 a month, imagine what he's doing right now in terms of giving away a $2 million a month. And so oftentimes people say, when should I start investing? When should I start giving? When should I start saving? When you're broke. Because all money's going to do, eventually when you start making more of it, then it'll eventually expose what you've done right and also expose what you've done wrong.
I'm shocked.
Would you cash
that
out to
they
Disney?
have not offered you
It's
the craziest check in history?
I have been
What's your
offered a
number?
pretty crazy one.
What is it?
Like, there's people, not like official term sheets, but, you know, like people that would actually like be able to afford it. Like, yeah, you know, $1 billion if we could own the channel and the companies and stuff.
What? Did I hear that right? He was offered $1 billion for his YouTube channel? Listen, back in 08, 09, I created a website called moneysmartradio.com, and that's where I just upload my, I was on WAIT 850 in Chicago, and I just upload all my financial content and radio shows that would end up as podcasts, and I sold that for like $12,000. And I thought I was big, you know, King Kong when I did that. And this guy's talking about selling his YouTube channel, all of his intellectual property and ownership rights of everything he's built up and can most likely continue to produce in the future. $1 billion for a young 20-year-old for YouTube, for creating an online presence, for being basically an online celebrity, which is a real celebrity in many people's eyes. $1 billion offered. So I'm wondering why he's sitting like this with his hands across his back. I don't think he took the offer. Let's continue.
Like that, like, and I'm like, oh, that sounds enticing, but I don't know if I want to work for my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
but
But you've been offered $1 billion for your YouTube channel.
Well, with all the companies, yeah, but not like, again, not a term sheet, but like people who would, if I took it serious, they would have been like, okay, let's figure it out.
Would that make you the youngest billionaire? Would that beat Zuckerberg? I think
I think Zuck became a billionaire at 27 years old. So if this guy's 24, he'd probably potentially be the youngest billionaire.
Self-made billionaire, yeah, because there are a lot of people who are handed down wealth.
And Kylie Jenner, but
If you count her, she was 21, but outside of her, if you Google, it's like some guy's 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got offered a B, bro.
Basically,
Yeah.
in passing, and I know
Damn.
I could have pushed for something around there.
Streaming company or
I can't go any further than that, but I mean, I feel pretty confident someone would. I mean, just look at it. Like I told you, the Beast Burger number.
Good for him.
But it's just a time thing. Like if you sit for 10 years,
Good for
it'll be
him.
$5 billion.
Or hopefully.
Okay, so let me process that real quick. He got offered $1 billion or close to it for his YouTube channel. So the reason why he didn't want to do it is because he didn't want to work for his YouTube channel. It's interesting. His freedom was worth more than just $1 billion. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if they're offering him $1 billion now, I would think that he's like, well, what are you going to offer me 5 years from now or 10 years from now? So, for example, I'm nowhere close to being offered a B, but our company was just acquired a couple months ago, back in June, and we were in Paris and Monaco. We couldn't, putting the deal together. And anyway, Patrick McDavid, our CEO, finally finalized the deal, and we came back and they offered us a nice 7-figure check for our shares of our company. And they're like, I looked at my wife, looked at my partners, looked at our bank accounts and statements, and said, "Swear, do we need the money right now?" She goes, "No, it's the benefit of saving money." And I said, "You know what? Roll it. We don't need it right now because we just got acquired by the largest privately held company in all of Texas." And according to Goldman Sachs, we're one of the top 5 privately held companies in the United States that they're trying to entice potentially, I don't know, speculation that might entertain Wall Street one day via IPO. Again, I don't know, but it's good to know that we are offered X amount of dollars. Very handsome, coming from a kid that make $20,000 a year as a sergeant in the Marines, to know that a business enterprise, a business decision years ago and working to it and through it over the years finally culminated into this type of offer. Now, again, it's nothing close to a MrBeast type of B check. It was an M check, and I was delighted with that. I was happy with that. And I'm just excited now because if they're willing to offer me this, as they were offering this guy $1 billion, imagine what's going to be 5-10 years from now. He continues to push through and build his presence. I wonder where this guy's going to be in 5 to 10 years. I wonder what his vision is.
More, but yeah.
What's your number right now?
It's so crazy. I don't even want to say it because it's just, I'm thinking where I want to be. Like if we have a mobile game company and I can just, we got 100 million people playing it and we got 1,000 physical Beast Burgers and Feastables is in 20,000 stores. And we
so
have
then it's not
stuff.
crazy. So say it. What's the number that's going to take?
Spit it out. 10 bill?
It's going to sound dumb, but like probably like 10 billion, 20 billion.
At least.
Like
I thought
If you have 100 million people playing the mobile game.
Yeah, but that's where, if they give me the money now, but obviously in the future, I think we could be worth way more. Yeah. But not that that's like the end goal, but it's just.
Then you know what's crazy? Like, you're worth more than WhatsApp. Right now. Well, that's your number, and it's reasonable. WhatsApp was not. Can you let me fucking do this?
No, because give 5 years, yes. Yeah. We're gonna do a Netflix show eventually. We've just been busy. I think after we do that, that's where it'll be interesting.
Wow. Well, listen, this guy has got me intrigued. I'm just shocked by the opportunities we have in this day and age for the common Joe, just like this guy. Most likely started from scratch, being in his young 20s, making $2 million a month for his YouTube videos, giveaways, blessing his friends, people that watch his channel, making an impact in his way. And that his success is not taking away success from anybody else. See, oftentimes people think that the only way you make money is by first taking money out of my pocket. No, it's just not the way success is. Success is, and by the way, that's a lot of way people think in the hood. But you got to understand, when you spread your vision and you spread your wings and you actually educate yourself about money and finance and economics, you start understanding the world of entrepreneurship and free enterprise and the right structures of capitalism. You can understand that me or you winning does not come at the cost of you or me losing. The only way we lose and we fail is because we made a mistake. Is because your success is not my failure. Your success is also my success. Our success. We can be successful in this world, in this day and age, together without the fear of one of us losing. Now, you can be a jerk about it. You can create the wrong enemies about it, and you create enemies with your friends. But there's so much abundance out there. I mean, if you look at this guy, 100-some million subscribers. I've never watched one of his episodes. I still have not run across. I remember years ago, 2008, 2007. I remember Mark Victor Hansen, who wrote the book Chicken Soup of the Soul. And he's got the Guinness Book of World Records for the most amount of books ever sold. I just launched my book, Faith Made Millionaire, became a bestseller on Amazon. He's got the Guinness Book of World Record for the most amount of books ever sold, 1 billion books sold. And he asked the audience, how many of you have read Chicken Soup of the Soul? And I tell you this, not all the hands went up. So he goes, put the hands down. Who has not read Chicken Soup of the Soul? A bunch of hands went up too as well. You know what he said? Great. That means we still have a market. Folks, if you're watching this right now, you got to the end of this video, I just want to let you know, you still have a market. There's still an opportunity out for you to go out there and make your mark, make a difference. It doesn't have to be relegated to a job. If you don't like what you make in a job, you're financially overwhelmed and underappreciated and underpaid and not happy, guess what? Stories like this, guys like this, taking a leap of faith on a whim, making $2,000 a month, now $2 million a month. And it's just not reserved for guys like him. You can go out there, you can create, you can innovate. I'm pretty sure he's got a bunch of videos out there that shows his blueprint of how he's doing it, his breakdown of his equipment, his studio. The YouTube community today is very sharing because they want to show you this stuff. And here's the thing though, they're not afraid of creating competitors. Why? Because most people watch it, but they'll never do it. And sadly, for those of you that's out there watching this, you want to be financially ahead, you want to be financially successful, you want to be financially independent. Well, question for you is, watching YouTube channel like ours, watching financial self-help business type of channels. They're giving you the game. The question for you is, are you actually going to do something about it? That being said, please check out these other 2 reaction videos and let me know what your thoughts are. You agree with me? You don't agree with me? You're enamored by MrBeast here and what he's doing? Are you excited about your financial future, what you can do to yourself? Please put it in the comment section below. If you watch this video and haven't done so already, please consider hitting like. If you watch a couple of our other videos and you haven't yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please consider hitting subscribe. Follow us here on YouTube and Rumble. And make sure you hit that notification bell to be alerted the next time we upload our next episode. That being said, from Dallas, Texas, I'm a money smart guy. Until we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today.